You know you've gone crazy when this happens. Okay, so I was supposed to work. I was supposed to do a bunch of other things. YouTube is basically what I'm going to be doing for right this moment. So I'm uploading videos. That's what I'm gonna do. Taking medicine, and then probably going to sit down and relax. So this is what I'm gonna do. Oh, I ate some French toast, vegan French toast. One had sun butter, the other one just had Smart Balance. The vegan Smart Balance one. The green box. So I'm actually supposed to be at work right now, but I forgot to put it in my phone. And the lady called me and said, you're supposed to be here. And I was like, thought it was 2 o'clock that I was supposed to be at your house. She's like, no, we suggested 9 o'clock. And I was like, sorry, I can do 10. And then the phone just cut out. And I did email her, but she never got back to me. Oh my gosh, I broke the cover. Broke the cover on here. So I'm actually uploading a food haul video over on my food channel, Luca Kitchen, YouTube, Maca First. It's very gloomy out today. It's not very nice. It's kind of chilly. It's like 40 or something, 45. So, I actually want to talk to you guys about a few things. So, I'm going to be doing a 2-part series over on my main channel. That is Lucas Elijah Larkins. I'm actually going to be changing my name over there to Luca, because I just like Luca better. It just works with me. And Lucas, like, one person called me Lucas once, and I was like, I don't like it. It's like Luke, I just don't like it. Luca's like a little bit different, and there's a big huge behind story why I picked the name. Yeah, I'm going to be doing a part 1 and part 2 of a series that I'm going to be talking about over on my other channel. But I want to just clarify that with an everyday life of work and school and just being yourself and not trying to like be someone else, you have to learn how from an early age how to be yourself. And so many people force you into certain categories. So say you're really good with math and your parents are like, oh, I'm gonna put you in the math club and all these clubs that do with math, and you never figure out that you're actually really good with art and music and all that kind of stuff, because math is actually in a lot of things, and plus science too. I've done a lot of different science and math with cooking, and my favorite thing to do is learn different ways of actually doing something meat-like and switching it to a vegan, gluten-free, safe, allergy-friendly kind of food thing. And it's science and math and just trying things out, seeing how it works. And that's the one thing I don't see with our children doing schools now. There needs to be more hands-on stuff. When I was in elementary school, I remember always going outside, and I absolutely loved it. We would go outside and we would just go for a hike. And from Maine, my gosh, this dog is being a pain in the butt right now. I don't even know what to say. He's being horrible. There's nothing to bark at, so. Mailman's here. Shush! Mailman's walking by. Sorry, I can't edit quite yet on this camera. I don't know how to edit. But, so it's a one-taker always. But I think there needs to be more hands-on schools. When I got to high school, I started doing, it used to be called Region 10. It was in Brunswick, Maine. It was Mount Ararat. It was Brunswick High School. And Mount Ararat is Topsom High School. And it was Brunswick High School and Freeport High School. And I don't know if Cape Elizabeth went there. No, it wasn't Cape Elizabeth. I think there was one in Brunswick, or Portland, and there was like a bunch there too. But it's a different name now, and there was a lot of hands-on stuff there, and I learned so much through that school. And I wish even middle schoolers went there, because the youngest was 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, and 12th grade. And you had to pick one of the classes to go to. There was cooking, there was doctor, there's daycare, there was building things, fixing cars, what was the other one? There was marketing, and my brother Will actually, I have a brother Will and a brother Brandon, and I don't think you guys are gonna see him on this channel. But my brother Will, he actually went to the marketing class and he loved it. But some days it was a little hard because he was still a little having issues about learning a certain way, and he's very OCD and ADD, so he can't really focus on certain things really easily. And for me, focusing on a certain topic, and throughout high school and middle school, I couldn't focus. I was always sidetracked, and there had to be something that I had to certainly be loving to focus on. And I see more and more kids with ADD not getting what they actually need when it comes down to school. And I know that I'm much older, but I want to actually bring adults that are teaching and stuff, and parents, to see that kids actually have to learn hands-on to actually be in society these days. A lot of jobs between music, cooking, even doing working at like a grocery shop, a grocery store, or even at like Target or something. You have a lot of hands-on stuff, so you have to know how to teach that when it comes to school. Yes, history is good, but don't do it for like 7 years. Just do it for like a year in 7th grade, or like a couple months in 7th grade, and then start teaching by 8th grade or 7th grade how to pay bills, work a job, figure out how you're going to be stable as an adult. And the big thing is sex education. I've talked to you guys about this, that Chase Ross has his YouTube channel. Over on his channel, that he's a new series talking about sex and being safe and all that stuff. And I feel that basically the US in certain states, it's declining. And I know if you talk about it, the kids want, like, teenagers want to explore and figure out what goes on and how it works, and puppy love is just all over the air. And I personally know that if kids explore, it's not horrible. You just have to be prepared to have protection and know how to talk to your kids about safety and not pregnancy or unsafe pregnancies or whatever it is, because it is very dangerous. And when I was in high school, I had a little oopsie, as I call it. Senior year, I was exploring, and I learned that I made some certain big mistakes, and I learned so fast that I had to grow up no matter what. And there were times where I was like, I just want to stay at home and just cry because I don't want to face the world at school, because criticizing was a big thing. There was 3 other girls in my grade that were pregnant, and this was before I even came out. I was bisexual then, and yeah, and it was all over the place. It was a mess, and I don't regret it, but I do in some ways do regret it. But I grew up and I learned that being safe with being a teenager and learning safe sex throughout school is possibly the best place to learn. You can't learn everything from YouTube. You can't learn everything from Chase Ross, from his educational videos and stuff. And you can't always look up somebody in your town and say, hey, can you give me some therapy to talk about this because I don't understand it, and all that kind of stuff. It's very pricey coming down from going to a therapist, a sex therapist and stuff. It's very pricey. So if you ever have like a parent moment, I'm going to you parents right now. If you ever have a kid that comes to you and says, oh, mom, dad, well, I might have gotten a girl pregnant, or I am pregnant, and lo and behold, you are a trans man and you're a teenage boy, but you have girl parts. That is the one thing that freaks the crap out of me, that many of the trans guys that are teenagers that I know, I'm like, how in the world can I get you guys to stay safe? Because they're adorable boys. And for 14, 17, and I think Nick Cameron. If you guys know who Nick Cameron is, go check him out. Like, please, go check Nick Cameron out. He's hilarious. That's who I'm going to suggest today. So you should go check out Nick Cameron, and yeah, he's adorable. He actually came out a year ago? Yeah, it was a year ago. He had long hair, he was all dressed up girly and stuff, and then one day it just clicked. He's like, I'm a girl. I'm not a girl, I'm a guy. And I was like, for a 15-year-old? Wow, I'm pretty proud of you. And so yeah, I'm trying to watch him on YouNow stuff. But yeah, his voice is deepening, and I absolutely love it right now because it's like cracking and it's so cute. But yeah, I feel that schools are not teaching the right things, what we need in society. And I'll go a little bit more deeper in on my other channel. I'll do the pros and the cons about schools these days, because definitely the cons are they don't do enough sex ed classes on safe sex and gender. Like, they don't, as a kid, I never heard anything about transgender. I heard what transgender was. I think it was no, butch. No, it wasn't butch. There was some transgender thing that I saw on TLC or Discovery Health years ago. Like, I think I was 16, 17 years old, and I really didn't like understand. I was like, oh, you're having surgery, okay? And it didn't click because I was young and I was just watching stuff. But then I was like, huh, interesting. He used to be a woman. And yeah, it's Butch. I think that's what his name is. Butch. Buck. That's what it is. His name's Buck. Buck Angel. If you know who Buck Angel is, he's a handsome fella. He's older, but he's still really handsome. I watched him years ago, like right after his transition, and I was like, holy crap, this is kind of cool. Like, I've never seen this kind of stuff before. And it was like 17, 18 years old that I was watching this, and no, I was younger than that. I think I was like 15, 16. I was a teenager, I know that. I was watching and I was like, okay, this is interesting. And then I saw that he had a girlfriend that was transgender too, and I was like, interesting. They never teach you this kind of stuff in school. And I feel that if you want to be a more happy society, you have to teach every kid a certain thing. You can't leave things out. And you can't leave kids out. Because as a kid, if I actually considered to be male back when I was 7 years old, I wouldn't be here doing this YouTube video right this moment. So I'm actually trying to tell you guys that our younger little ones and stuff actually really, really need your help to be themselves. And if Nick Cameron didn't have YouTube, he wouldn't be out. He felt comfortable to be out because he saw that there were other people in the world that were like him, and he didn't feel alone. And same with me. Like, when I found, it was Alex Bertie, I found him and Jake Edwards and then Skylar Kurgle, and then kept going on, and then Chase Ross, and then Reed Levi, and so on and so on and so on and so on. And then Aiden was recent. I found out about Aiden Darling last summer. It was like last fall, I think. Yeah. So yeah, well, this video is getting long. But yeah, I feel that we need to have a better lookout on our kids with learning sex and safe sex and learning more hands-on stuff at schools, because there's not enough. It's seriously not enough. And I know the sex rate in the US for teenagers, for childbirth and stuff, it has gone down drastically. And that's a 2 thumbs up. I'm very happy US for doing that. But I feel that if we're not educating teenagers to be themselves, no matter if you're gay, straight, bi, trans, or just genderqueer or non-gender binary kind of deal, you still have to teach kids to open up and be happy about their gender. Because throughout high school and middle school, I was so wanting to play basketball and soccer and football with the boys, and they just did not give a crap about me. They liked me, they thought I was funny, they thought I was crazy. Okay, some of them still think I'm crazy. Some of them I still hate. And I know hate's a strong word, but I do hate them. They were absolutely just nasty to me. So so yeah, I feel that teenagers and little kids are, as people say, they're our future. So let's make them happy in being who they need to be. So I gotta get back to work on my computer. Excuse me. LaCroix. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please like, subscribe, and love you, baby. Oh, and I'll tell you a little thing. Why I picked B was Chase Ross says little B and big B, and B, and he has that little B thing. So I was like Bay, like B-E-A, and then B-E-E. So baby. Yes, it's funny, but I was like, all right, well, see how far that goes. All right, please like, subscribe, and